Hello everybody and welcome back into some more Hearthstone. We're going to be hopping back in with our Hunter deck here. We got a couple of victories last time, one loss to start out with. Got a pretty quick win with the... was it a druid that just left? Something like that. Yeah, he intervened out the bomb lobber. Just ended up hitting the 1-2 with Death Rattle. Then he left, and then we got a pretty nice win against a golden shaman with a pretty tight game there. Ended up just being luck of the draw at the end. Actually, we had the cards that we needed, but the multi-shot that we got was pretty good for us. Not too happy to have Sneed to start out with. Haunted Creeper is a lot better than whatever else we have. First game there, we didn't really draw anything but spells. Still pretty close, but didn't do quite as well as we would have hoped. Haunted Creeper gives us another backup plan for next turn. Get some pretty sticky minions on the board. Get a pretty nice presence. He's going to backstab, which... backstab on the Creeper that summons a couple of 1/1s is not... I'm not against it at all. He's going to knife it, still takes 1 damage, and we can Haunted Creeper and not use the Timberwolf, because it would only buff up the card that probably will not really have much of an effect. He's going to attack the other Creeper. He gets 3 damage and pretty much 1 turn out of the spider. And see what he has next. We have another 2-1 on, or 1-2 on the board. Just going to dagger up again and play something for 1 mana. South Sea Deckhand, which he's going to kill the spider off with. Still trades pretty much another turn just to get the Death Rattle spider off the board, so not going to play Timberwolf. No reason to play Kill Command when it only does 3 damage and we can only hit the face with it. So I suppose we'll just continue to whittle down the rogue for now until we get something that is better. Violet Teacher, not too keen on that. He's gonna get a couple of apprentices here probably. Deadly Poison, so I don't know if they kill off the spiders. He's actually not going to attack, but we have a pretty good opportunity here. Put out the Hound now and kill off pretty much their entire board. And we keep the Hound alive. They get rid of their Violet Teacher. We got a 1-1. They have a 3-2 blade. So they're going to hit with it. Spell damage Kobold. And that is their entire turn. Put down a random beast here. Mesha is probably the best thing. King's Elec and hope for a card draw. And we don't get it with the tie on the Houndmaster. Houndmaster would have been really nice to have, actually. But we get a couple of decent minions on the board, all the same. Blade Flurry, not the best thing for us. But he keeps his Cobalt, just gets a cheap weapon, and we only get multi-shot. So, I'm going to hero power here and not really do anything because I don't want to waste the kill command on just doing 3 damage. A bit of a risk to keep the Cobalt alive. Next turn we have Sneed, however. But he has a chance to shift a lot of momentum his way. Earthen Ring Farseer wasn't really something that was going to bother me, but that could very well be pretty bad for us. However, I think King of Beasts, even though it's not really going to do much, and a kill on that multi-shot would have been better if we had the mana, but get a 2-6 on the board and take out the big minion. Then we get Sneed next turn probably. Sneed will give us something pretty sticky on the board that, even if he kills, has a pretty nice chance of bringing something that is equal or better than Sneed. Alternatively, you could summon a 1-1. the Bone Mage or Blood Mage Thalnos, whatever his name is. Preparation, not gonna be very good for us depending on what he plays if he has a 1-mana spell. Fan of Knives. Preparation Fan of Knives isn't the worst thing, he's probably gonna kill it with his knife. Gets rid of the taunt, but pretty much his entire turn going to cancel off our 1 minion and draw a few cards. And we have the chance to... we're probably just going to play Sneed here. Maxina is good too. It'll give us the opportunity to deal 5 damage, but I think that's on the next turn. We play Maxina, but Sneed right now gives us something he might not be able to get rid of. Even if he does, he'll take a lot of damage probably, unless he has an Assassinate, which will still put a pretty decent minion on the board. Most likely. Violet Teacher, so he does have some spells here. Only 5 mana left. Sap returns it to our hand, so that is not the best for us. Maxina play might be better after all. A lot of health and it can kill off the Violet Teacher. He doesn't have anything on the board that can kill it without dying, so it's a pretty good time for Maxina. He uses Dagger to deal damage to the face, so that lowers his ability to clear the board quite a bit. And yeah, we're gonna do Maxina, kill command, and that's gonna be the turn. If we get a Houndmaster, I might Houndmaster Maxina instead of bringing out Sneed next turn. We do, however, need some damage before he can just whittle us away before we can take him down.
Well played.
But he does have Sharp Sword Oil and probably another spell here that can take us out. Bring us down to 4. Bring us down to 7, and Blade Flurry, and probably has 2 damage. The Viscera, yeah. So we end up dropping this one to a Rogue, unfortunately, but not too bad. It's a pretty good game. Just able to put our minions back into our hand before I can really do any damage with them, and I'm gonna hop right back in here and try to get back in the winning side of things. Would have been nicer to get more options on what beasts we could have played instead of so many spells, but I think the turn where we couldn't really do anything whatsoever except for our hero power was what really turned that game around and took it away from us. I'm gonna go against someone who has Medivh, and not the best draw to start out with. Get rid of everything but the Animal Companion. Try for things 3 mana and under. Get a Boar from it. Get a Houndmaster, which isn't the worst thing we could have gotten. Well, at least we have a pretty early minion that maybe he'll Fireball or Ping, or else we'll get a couple damage out of it. Nonetheless, it'll probably be pretty valuable to us. Let's wait and see what this guy decides he wants in his hand. Be nice to draw a turn 2 like a Haunted Creeper or something to use between the Boar and the Animal Companion and get a kill command. Not the best thing, but start out with Boar is pretty good. Worst case scenario, again on turn 2, just do 2 damage to him. Probably 3 with the Boar if it's still alive. Which probably will be. You can't ping it, and I think Mana Worm is the 1 mana thing that we'd probably trade it into. Unless he coins out a Mech Warper, so it's another Mech Mage. Alright. Go ahead and probably have an Animal Companion next turn, or else we could just kill off the Mech Warper flat out and slow him down. Might be worthwhile. all depends on what else he can put out. Won't let him take too much momentum while we try to deal with his mech warper and can't really do anything. He doesn't have anything he can do either, so except for put out a clockwork gnome. So mech warper, I'm gonna just kill off. Make the decision to kill that. Just put out something on turn 4. Hopefully he doesn't have enough to really sway the game in his favor without the mech warper. If we leave it alive, he's summoning things that are either just flooding the board or he's one turn ahead of us. Still get some pretty good minions right here with the Tank Master and the Snow Chugger. Explosive Shot could deal with it, but we are one turn away from being able to do that. Go ahead and summon a random minion, and there is Huffer. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Gonna hit him in the face there. He probably trades his Clockwork Gnome into it. And we will either Explosive Shot or I'm not sure what else next turn. Kills it with the Blast Mage instead. Explosive Shot looks very good here. Fortunately, the thing we're probably going to target doesn't really have anything around it. Unleash the Hounds. Is that a better alternative to Explosive Trap? Or Explosive Shot? We could put out a Creeper with it. Take out these two. Bring out a 2-1, but I think getting rid of this guy and the Mechanical Gnome is probably the best thing we can do. It leaves the Tank Master and the Snow Chugger alive, but we'll try to control what he has until we can actually get some pretty decent momentum going. Unstable Portal could be bad for us. Gets a Chillwind Yeti for 1 mana, so... And a switch makes it a 2-3. Or 4-3 actually. I guess it keeps the buff after the switch. So, Unleash the Hounds probably. Actually just track here. Nothing really to help save us. I'll take the King of Beasts. He does have lethal next turn, and we have to pretty much unleash the Hounds here. Put out a Creeper, kill off the Gnome, and hope for the best. Seems like every 3 games we come against a Mech Mage here. Must be a pretty popular deck to run right now. It does seem to work out pretty well. At least against what we're running out there, and he is going to end up killing us.
Well played. I appreciate that.
Which, it's not the worst thing that could happen. I mean, it's a deck made to be the one of the best that you can possibly put out there. We're just trying to find decks that can be pretty interesting and fun and do pretty well at the same time. So, we can't really be upset about it. Hop right into another one here. Try to get 1 win on this episode as the Hunter, and it's going to be against a Priest. Once again, nothing here really that I'm going to keep. Unleash the Hounds probably is not going to help us very much. And that at least gives us a couple of options. Rambler Angler's okay to have around. Maxna, it's pretty good, especially if you can give her the taunt later on. Just hope to be able to make it until that time. Probably turn 1 tracking, turn 2 animal companion if we don't draw anything good.
In the light's name.
Light Warden is not the best for us to start out against. And draw 2 creepers in the high man. I'm going to take the creeper. Still think I might coin out Animal Companion, hope for the chance to kill off the Light Warden before it gets too crazy. And yeah, Huffer would kill it off. Or else we get a taunt, which can probably deal with it. Get Leok though. Once again, not the thing we were hoping for whatsoever. Gives him the perfect target for something to hit with the Light Warden and heal off. He gets does a Thought Steal instead though. We're gonna deal 1 more damage, so Liak might actually come into some use. Do this and that one. So we get a couple of minions with a couple extra damage. Kill off his Light Warden here. Gets us a couple minions on the board, and we're still looking pretty decent at least. Maybe should have thrown out the Hyena instead of the Creeper, giving us a chance to buff it up once. Gonna want to take that out as soon as possible, which means putting out the Hyena and the Wolf. Do we want to lose that 1 attack? Yeah, it'll buff him up again for quite a bit. Or actually, it doesn't kill Liak. I forgot that he has more health after the Light Spawn loses its attack. So, there we go. We have a pretty good board out. King of Beasts gives him a 6-2, but do we Deadly Shot here, or do we take a chance with the Ram Wrangler? We could. Do we want to risk it? How much attack would he get up to? It's 12-6. I don't know if he has a Shadow or Death, so I'm gonna just Deadly Shot that. Then hit him for a bunch of damage. Ram Wrangler on next turn. Brings him down quite a bit. We're able to do, what, 9 plus 6, 15, 17 damage. Puts us in a pretty good position. We have lethal next turn if he can't do anything. So we are looking pretty good. Resurrect. Brings back the Light Warden, which isn't going to help him much unless he can taunt it. And he does get a taunt. That's potentially pretty good for us. Go ahead and do this. Could have done the King of Beasts, or the Unleashed Hounds. Probably would have been better getting Hungry Crab, but take it back. Trade those in and get a pretty buffed Hyena. Just hit him, ignore the Champion of Argus. We got some momentum that he probably, especially with the fact that we have our hero power that does 2 damage, he probably can't stop us from killing him. Gets himself up to 6. It's gonna buff the Hyena up once again, but it does. Well, actually, just buff the Hyena up, and I guess we didn't really need to kill Command. Or, we didn't need to do the Unleashed Hounds, but it still gets us the victory. And on a pretty good note, we really did well against a priest there to finish it off. So, able to get a lot of momentum going early on, and that gets us the win there. Get a quest done, so we have quite a bit of gold, so we might hop into arena next time. Maybe get another arena going. But until then, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you all again next time.